And now we move on to a fight which I've got a lot more to say about. We've got Derrick Lewis versus Sergei Pavlovich, and I'm picking Sergei Pavlovich. I think he's actually flipped to the favourite, according to Tapology has anyway. At the time, I believe recording 48 hours ago, he was the underdog, but now he's the favourite, which is very interesting because if you actually look at Sergei Pavlovich's record, man, this guy has not fought super high level guys in the UFC. So it is kind of hard to pick him against Derrick Lewis, who has fought the top of the top, the best of the best. But he's 30 years old. He made a return after about 2.5 years off. But you got to look at his wins. So he come in as a debuting fighter against Alistair Overeem, lost that fight, and then he come back, beat Marcelo Golm, not in the UFC anymore. Maurice Green, not in the UFC anymore. Shamil Abdurakhimov, still in the UFC, but no, it was not as good as he used to be. And he's about 40 years old himself. And yeah, now he's a favourite against Derrick Lewis, who recently fought Alexei Olenek, Curtis Blades, Cyril Gahn for the title. Chris Dalkaus is Chris Dalkaus, Taito Ivasa, the top guys of the heavyweight division, and Sergei Pavlovich is going to be in there with Derrick Lewis, and this is a fast track to a top opponent. It really is. He gets one good win a couple of months ago, and now he's in there again with Derrick Lewis on the main card of a pay-per-view, the featured fight before the co-main event and the main event, and I'm picking him to win, man. He's got a scarily long reach, 84 inches. Derrick Lewis has got that power in the hands, but he's very low volume. He's very high power, low volume puncher. And I think that Sergei Pavlovich is going to be rangy enough. I think he's going to be a little bit more technical than Derrick Lewis there. I don't think he's going to close into Derrick Lewis's range or keep the chin out or let Derrick Lewis land a big shot that Derrick Lewis kind of needs to get the KO. I think Sergei Pavlovich keeps the fight kind of at range and he fights his fight, in my opinion. I think Derrick Lewis fights steps back, he kind of waits for the perfect shot, but if Sergei Pavlovich never gives Derrick Lewis that opportunity to fight the perfect shot, then Lewis is just gonna not throw much volume whatsoever. You know what I mean? So yeah, I just think Sergei Pavlovich wins the fight. I think he keeps it at distance. He uses his 84-inch reach. I think he keeps Derrick Lewis away. I think Derrick Lewis is going to be backing up on the back foot, looking for the perfect shot, not throwing much volume at all. Pavlovich is going to be throwing a lot of volume. I think Pavlovich is going to finish Derrick Lewis, who has been finished recently by Taito Ivasa. That is a pretty crazy a chin that he has shown throughout his whole career, but recently it's been cracked a little bit in a way. He got TKO'd by Cyril Gahn later on into the fight, and then he got TKO'd by Taito Ivasa. I think in the second round that was, but anyway, Sergei Pavlovich I think is going to come out. I don't think he's going to come out too aggressive, but I think he's going to come out here. He's going to find a KO blow on Derrick Lewis, I think in the second round, is my pick here for Sergei Pavlovich to win the fight.